I'm going to do some reading.
Okay.
Dwarves. Dwarves are short, stocky demi-humans about 4 feet tall. All dwarves have long beards. Okay. They weigh about 150 pounds. Their skin is earth-colored and their hair is dark brown, gray, or black. Well, what about female dwarves? Do they have beards or not? And are there such a thing as female dwarves? Well, in my campaign, there are, and they don't have beards. Their skin is earth-colored, and their hair is dark brown, gray, or black. Stubborn but practical. I mean, who wants to, go out with a dwarf that has a beard? Stubborn but practical, dwarves love hearty meals and strong drink. They value good craftsmanship and are very fond of gold. Dwarves are sturdy fighters and are especially resistant to magic. You ever read the Kalevala, the Finnish mythology? That's where all the names for the dwarves in Lord of the Rings comes from. And Gandalf was a dwarven name. So thanks, Tolkien. Dwarves are sturdy fighters and are especially resistant to magic, as shown by their better saving throws against magical attacks. The prime requisite for a dwarf character is strength. A strength score of 13 or greater will give a dwarf a bonus on earned experience points. Restrictions. Dwarves use 8-sided dice, D8, to determine their hit points. They may advance to a maximum of 12th level of experience, but in my campaign there is no limit. Dwarves may use any type of armor and may use shields. They may use any type of weapon of normal or small size, but may not use longbows nor two-handed swords. A dwarf character must have a minimum constitution score of 9. Alright. Special abilities. Dwarves are very hardy creatures and have better saving throws than most other character classes. Dwarves often live underground and have infravision, heat-sensing sight, which allows them to see 60 feet in the dark. They are expert miners and are able to find slanting passages, traps, shifting walls, and new construction 1/3 of the time. A roll of 1 or 2 on 1d6 when looking for them. All dwarves speak Common, Dwarvish, and the alignment tongue of the character, plus the languages of gnomes, kobolds, and goblins. Alignment tongues, that's something else. I don't know if I care about that. Elves. Elves are slender, graceful demi-humans with delicate features and slightly pointed ears, kind of like a Vulcan. They are 5 to 5.5 feet tall, and unless it's Lord of the Rings where they're 6 feet tall, and weigh about 120 pounds. They can be dangerous opponents, able to fight with any weapon and use magic spells as well, but prefer to spend their time feasting and frolicking in wooded glades. They rarely visit the cities of men. May or may not be true. Elves are fascinated by magic and never grow tired of collecting spells and magic items, especially if the items are beautifully crafted. The prime requisites for an elf are strength and intelligence. If an elf has a score of 13 or greater in both strength and intelligence, the character will gain a 5% bonus on earned experience points. If the elf's strength is 13 or greater, and his or her intelligence is 16 or greater, that character will earn a 10% bonus on earned experience. Restrictions. Elves use 6-sided dice, D6, to determine their hit points. They may advance to a maximum of 10th level, except in my campaign where there is no limit, of experience. Elves have the advantages of both fighters and magic users. They may use shields and can wear any type of armor and may fight with any kind of weapon. They can also cast spells like a magic user and use the same spell list. A character must have an intelligence of 9 or greater to be an elf. Because you don't want to have like some retarded elf. I'm sure they must exist. Maybe the elves. No, I can't say that. This is YouTube. Special abilities. Elves have infravision, heat sensing sight, and can see 60 feet in the dark. When looking for secret or hidden doors, elves are able to find them 1/3 of the time, a roll of 1 or 2 on 1d6. Elves cannot be paralyzed by the attacks of ghouls. All elves speak Common, Elvish, and the alignment tongue of the character, plus the languages of orcs, hobgoblins, and gnolls. Because elves just know that crap for some reason. Characters. Fighters. Fighters are humans who train for battle. It is their job to fight monsters and to protect the weaker members of a party. Great heroes such as Hercules were fighters, though Hercules was also the son of a god and a human mother. The prime requisite for a fighter is strength. Strong fighters can kill monsters more easily with their powerful blows. A strength score of 13 or greater will give the fighter a bonus on earned experience points. Restrictions. Fighters use 8-sided dice, D8, to determine their hit points. In addition to this advantage, they may use any weapon, wear any type of armor, and may use shields. Alright. So if they want to use a slingshot, they can use a slingshot. Special abilities. Though they have no special abilities like special sight or bonuses, unless they're an elven fighter, fighters are very powerful characters. Their greater endurance, more hit points, strong armor, many weapons, and great strength make them a necessary part of every party of adventurers. Halflings. The original edition called them hobbits until the Tolkien estate said no. Halflings are small, good-natured demi-humans averaging only 3 feet in height and weighing about 60 pounds. So they're basically hobbits. They are outgoing but not unusually brave, seeking treasure as a way of gaining the comforts of home, which they so dearly love. The prime requisites for a halfling are strength and dexterity. A halfling character whose strength or dexterity scores 13 or greater will receive a 5% bonus to earned experience. Halflings or hobbits whose strength and dexterity scores are 13 or greater will receive a bonus of 10% to earned experience. Restrictions. Hobbits use 6-sided dice, D6, to determine their hit points. They may advance to a maximum of 8th level of experience. Hobbits can use any type of weapon and armor which has been cut down to their size. Thus, they cannot use a two-handed sword or a longbow, but may use a sword or short bow. Halflings must have a minimum score of 9 in both dexterity and constitution. Alright, and there's a nice illustration. Okay, let's go to the back, to the top of the page on the other side. Special abilities. Hobbits have better saving throws than most other character classes. And they are very accurate with all missile weapons and gain a bonus of +1. Like they're good at throwing things, just like Tolkien says. In addition to dexterity adjustments on their 2-hit rolls when using them, see combat. Due to their small size and skills at dodging, halflings have a bonus of -2 on their armor class when being attacked by creatures larger than man-sized. When rolling for individual initiative, an optional rule, halflings add +1. In addition to any dexterity adjustments, where am I? In addition to any dexterity adjustments. Outdoors, halflings are difficult to spot, having the ability to seemingly vanish into woods or underbrush. Halflings have only a 10% chance of being detected in this type of cover. And even in dungeons, there is a 1/3 chance, a roll of 1 or 2 on 1d6, that a halfling will not be seen in normal light if the character finds some cover, such as shadows, and remains absolutely quiet and still. So hobbits are good at hiding. Alright. Magic users, or wizards. I always like the term magic users, but technically they're just wizards. Magic users are humans who, through study and practice, have learned how to cast magic spells. Merlin the magician was a famous magic user, and D&D people say that Gandalf is only a level 7 MU. Alright. Merlin is probably level 6 or 7. In D&D terms, that is. The prime requisite for magic users is intelligence. A magic user with an intelligence score of 13 or greater will gain a bonus on earned experience. Restrictions. Magic users use four-sided dice, D4, to determine their hit points. They may not wear armor, nor use shields, and may only carry a dagger for a weapon. Well, Gandalf used a sword, so... Special abilities. I mean, if you're an intelligent guy, you know how to pick up a sword and swing it. Special abilities. Magic users use many powerful spells. As they gain levels of experience, they also gain the ability to cast more and more spells. Magic user spells are discussed in Part 3, Spells, pages B15 to 18. Though they are weak at first, magic users can eventually become very powerful. Maybe even the most powerful people in the game. Thieves, which are now called rogues. My opinion cannot be expressed due to the fact that I cannot use foul words on YouTube. Well, a lot of people do, but I'm not gonna. Well, I'm gonna think it. Thieves. They're thieves. They're not rogues. Thieves are humans who are trained in the arts of stealing and sneaking. They are the only characters who can open locks and find traps without using magic to do so. Due to these abilities, a thief is often found in a normal group of adventurers, just like in The Hobbit. As their name indicates, however, they do steal, sometimes from members of their own party. Though I've never played D&D where that happened, where a thief would try and rob from another player at the table. The prime requisite of a thief is dexterity. A thief with a dexterity score of 13 or greater will gain a bonus on earned experience points. Restrictions. Thieves use four-sided dice, D4, to determine their hit points. They may wear nothing more protective than leather armor and may not use a shield. They may, however, use any type of weapon. I like the idea for basic D&D. Well, everyone gets their dice roll maximum points at first level. It's just, what's the point of going into a dungeon with one hit point? Though that would be fun too. Special abilities. When striking unnoticed from behind, wow, a thief gains a bonus of +4 on to hit rolls and inflicts twice the normal amount of damage. Because I guess he can do backstabbing. A thief's training includes learning how to pick pockets, climb steep surfaces, move silently, hide in shadows, open locks with a set of lockpicks or burglar's tools, remove small traps such as poison needles, and how to hear noises better than other humans. As a thief progresses in level, he or she becomes more proficient in these thiefly skills. A table for determining a thief's success in each category, depending on his or her level of experience, is given on page B8. So, I don't know how a paladin and a thief can exist in the same party. Lawful good, hanging out with, like, a thief guy. Character alignment. I will save that for the next video because I don't feel like reading all that right now. Alright. Thanks if you made it to the end of this video.